What is going on, guys? And I'm back. We got another month has passed, and it is now far into what would be considered the fall season. October is, pretty much when the majority of us consider fall to really be in full swing. You got Halloween, you got the leaves of the trees changing, you got the fishing, which is the most important thing, changing. Fish are now deep eating, or they're very shallow chasing bait to feed up for that wintertime bite. Now with that comes a new Mystery Tacklebox, and for those who do not know, Mystery Tacklebox always puts baits that accommodate the season in order to catch your fish species of choice. So something today a little bit different than normal. We're going to actually answer the question on whether or not the Mystery Tacklebox Pro is actually worth the extra money over the regular Mystery Tacklebox. So let's get into that. For those of you who do not know me, my name's Benton, and I unbox Mystery Tacklebox here on the internet and play video games from time to time on live stream at twitch.tv/Benton. Also, here on my YouTube channel, I upload from time to time. I'm going to be getting back into it now that the weather's starting to break, get a little colder, get a little bit more settled into my home body. So today I got the Mystery Tacklebox Pro, and I haven't opened it yet. I'm interested to see if it's worth the money, which seems to be a lot of the questions that I see here on the internet. It's $10 more than your normal Mystery Tacklebox, which isn't all that bad, but in comparison to what? We don't really know. Because I have not gotten it before. This is the old price card here, and we're going to actually take and compare this to the price card of the new one and see what the difference in one, value you get, and two, how many products you actually receive in comparison to the normal Mystery Tacklebox. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy and see what's going on. And as all unboxings of mine, we do it with an axe, or we don't do it at all. Alright, let's open this bitch. Oh shit, everything's falling out. Alrighty. So, with Mystery Tacklebox, you always get the Catch and Win measuring stick here, which I will be the first to say looks better in black than it does with the normal cardboard looking boxes. It seems to be easier to read a lot of the things, therefore posting pictures. For those of you who do not know what that is, it's a contest every month that you hit this ruler, catch fish with lures in the box, you tag them on Instagram and hashtag MTBKeeper, and you're entered in to win prizes. I still do not take part in this because I'm still stupid and also haven't been really fishing as often as I'd like to. So let's see here. First thing on top of this box, we got the price card. It's interesting. These are the two different price cards. This is the one from the regular Mystery Tacklebox. If this camera would focus, you'd be able to see it. This is one that the first one I got that had a filthy frog in it about 3 months ago. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items on there. It totals around like $20, I want to say like $27 or so. I haven't added it up. I'm not going to do it on the fly. Now this one's got 1, 2, 7 items on it in comparison to the 5 that's on the other one. And the totals I'll put on the screen because I'm not doing math right now. I'm done work. I'm done school. Somebody else's job. But I don't want to really look at that too much. I actually want to look and see what's in these boxes and see if the value is worth it. So with all the Mystery Tackleboxes, you get the dibble, tips and tricks, that thing. I'm a champ. I don't need that. And then right here, right off the top, we got a spinnerbait. It is fall. It is a great season for spinnerbaits. Anything that has the flash and the shaddy type colors are really good for bass this time of year. Bass are up and shallow, they're giving chase, they're down deep, they're giving chase, and spinnerbaits are very good, they're very versatile. You can fish them in edge of grass, you can fish them in some cover, just based on the way that the wire is on the spin. Will actually prevent a lot of the buildup on the hook and on the jig head itself. So definitely nothing too crazy to talk about here. This one here is from D-Blade. It's actually got 2 spoons on it. It actually looks pretty good. The colors, don't know if you can really see them too well. but the colors are actually good, and Dobbins blade Vantage. So yeah, definitely good. Never have enough of these. You never have enough lures in general, especially if you're gonna lose them as much as I do. So spinnerbait first off. We got hooks. Same as last month. I mean, just hooks. I can't really explain anything. These ones are actually the Eagle Claw Laser Sharps, wide gap worm hooks, 4/0. So these are good for really anything. I mean, they're hooks. They're self-explanatory. Really shouldn't have to talk too more about those. Moving on from here, we got ourselves an Excite Bait Silent. I guess it doesn't really have a rattle in it. I mean, that sounds the hooks banging around, but there's no rattle in this one. 7 to 8 foot, half-ounce crankbait here, and this one's actually very, very similar to what a shad spawned fish would look like, and this is gonna be very, very good and very, very crucial for banging out these fish here in the month of October. So kudos to Mystery Tacklebox for including this. And I just seen something in this box that makes me very, very happy because I just lost one similar, and I am ecstatic with the color that I'm looking at. We're gonna save that for last then. What else we got here? X-Zone. I shouted you guys out for before because I didn't know. I made fun of your packaging a little bit. However, these nice little plastic bait. Looks like just a trailer. Jesus Christ, like Fort Knox in here. These are actually kind of odd. They're very small. Very, very, very small. Like a little tadpole. And these are the Finesse Slammers. Green pumpkin, blue flake. That's interesting. Most time it's green pumpkin or red flake. This green pumpkin, blue flake. These are actually very, very, very interesting. You see the color on there is blue flake. It's pretty nice. I need better lighting to show you guys this stuff. But these are weird because they're rounded with a lot of motion, but they're flat on this side. So you can definitely put this with a hook through the top here and really probably try to grind out some fish. But this is very odd. I've never seen a bait that's flat, like extremely flat on one side in comparison to the other. All right, so let's put these away. They do not smell anything like some of their other baits, though. They're actually more rubbery than some of the other ones. What the hell is this? Liquid Mayhem. Right. So right here we got Liquid Mayhem. These look like to be like a little bit of a saucy swimmer paddle tail bait, but there's some tube in here that looks like toothpaste. I don't know what this is. Apply a very small bead and spread evenly across the bait. Reapply every 30 casts. Not for human consumption. Triggers aggressive strikes. Fish hold on longer and more hookups, more fish in the boat. It's fucked up. What if you got a boat? Anyway, no fish can resist. Freshwater series made with real bait fish. I have to smell this, and I don't see anybody who would be willing to say that I don't. And it smells fucking awful. It smells like a rotten fish tank, if that makes sense. So, let's move on to the plastic itself. Wow, you know what? These are actually fucking dope. Look at these. These are very, very rigid paddle tail, but I didn't realize they actually have like a fish shape to them. Let me get this camera to focus. They have a very like fishy shape to them. If my hands are dirty, I apologize. I was working. But very fish-like shape and contour to them. You even have the imprint of the eyes, and they also have the hook channel here in the bottom. It's actually kind of deep. But the color on this is interesting. They're like blue and yellowish green, but the flakes are red and yellow and blue and gold. White, silver. Very interesting. I actually want to try this. This is one of the things that I'm surprised to see in here, and I definitely... Oh, Jesus Christ. By the way, Paddle Tails right now has a trailer or even just weightless with just a hook and a Texas rig style. Definitely good this time of year. Like I said, shad. Spawn. Bass need to eat. They need to eat for the wintertime because then they're going to be more lethargic when the water gets colder, and it's definitely a good time to pick up fish. One more thing in here before we get to the thing that I'm excited about, and this is Mustad Shattershad Blade Jig, hooked on fishing. This looks like it's homemade. It's like a chatterbait with like a swim jig head. I gotta open this and see this thing. There's no way I can let this one slide. It looks cheap, but I doubt it is because Mustad. Ah, nah, yeah, the way that they make these things sit. I poked myself. I poked myself again. Yeah, Mustad. They make sharp hooks. Long story short there. What we got here? So the blade on here is actually pretty wide. The weed guard on here is aluminum. You can see that. Again, it's aluminum. So this is definitely interesting as opposed to the weed guards and some other things that are either soft, hard. I wonder how this would affect hookup ratios. I don't know if this would make it easier or harder if it being in the way when you're trying to hook it up through there. But you see here it actually has a little fish head in front of the blade. So you can put one of these little things on here. With that, those colors are like very similar. I guarantee you this thing would slap. Looks cheap, doesn't feel cheap though. I'll tell you that right now. Last but not least, my favorite fishing bait company, and something I'm very excited to get in this box, is the Guggen Squad Gridiron Football Jig. And this color is absolutely phenomenal. I honestly don't think me having it in this package does it any sort of justice. So let's take this bad boy out and try to get a closer look of it. Football jigs this time of year are just tremendous. This is a 3/8 football jig. The color, this thing would focus, would be outstanding. Jesus Christ, focus! Look at that. 3/8 football jig. Nice weed guard on here. It's actually kind of a hard weed guard, so you're gonna need a big rod to really set on this with some strong fluoro or braid. But this thing, man, these Guggen baits, you can't say it enough about these guys. They make just absolutely the most outstanding baits that I've used. I live by their brand now. One of the main reasons I stay with Mystery Tacklebox after seeing a lot of the other ones that are offered out there is, one, they're punctual. Two, they have a lot of interactivity with their thing, with the catch and win contest that they have. Also, it's almost every other box, or every box, I think, even, that I have gotten from, you know what? Every box I got, except for one, has had Guggen baits in them. Catchcoat works with Guggen. They design their baits, manufacture their baits, their rods, and they are just, by and large, the best thing that you can buy. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know if this is worth the $10 in perspective. In value, it is. Absolutely in value. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month for another Mystery Tacklebox unboxing.